Welcome to UK Care World. Today we will learn about complaints and conflict resolution. Let's start.
Hello, and a very warm welcome to you. This is for all of you care workers and care support workers out there. We know just how vital your role is. You're really at the heart of it all. So today, we're going to focus on adding some really essential tools to your professional toolkit.
You know, the work you do every single day, it's just so important. It takes this incredible mix of skill, compassion, and, let's be honest, a lot of resilience. And a huge part of that professional skill set is knowing how to handle those really tough situations, like when a complaint comes up. So that's what we're here to do. We're going to look at some practical tools to help you navigate those moments. Because let's face it, they're challenging, but they are a part of the job.
Okay, so let's kick things off with a really powerful idea, a new way of looking at things. I think it's pretty natural for all of us to hear the word complaint and immediately think, oh no, I've done something wrong, right? We see it as a failure. But what if we flipped that on its head? What if we saw it as an opportunity? Because really, when a complaint is handled well, that's exactly what it is. It's a chance to listen, to learn, and to make things even better. It can actually help us build stronger, more trusting relationships.
All right, let's get into it. You know, to build any good toolkit, you've got to understand your materials first. So we're starting right at the foundation. We're going to talk about what a complaint really is and why it is absolutely fundamental to take them seriously if we want to provide the best care possible. So let's get down to basics. What even is a complaint? Well, at its heart, it's really simple. It's just someone expressing that they're not happy with something. Maybe it's about the service, a specific care practice, or a decision that was made. And it's not just the person you're caring for who might raise it. It could be a family member or maybe an advocate. The key thing is, it's a signal. A really clear signal that for someone, their expectations just weren't met. And that's something we absolutely have to listen to.
Okay, so why should we care so much about complaints? I mean, what's the big deal? Well, there are a few huge reasons. First off, they're an amazing tool for improvement. Honestly, you can think of them as free advice, shining a spotlight on exactly where we can do better. And when you handle them well, you build incredible trust. When someone feels truly heard, that's massive. Of course, it's also about accountability, and let's not forget, it's our professional and even legal duty to get this right.
And that brings us right to our professional duty. You see, here in the UK, our work doesn't happen in a vacuum. We have a really clear legal framework. You've got organizations like the Care Quality Commission, the CQC, who keep an eye on how services handle complaints. And we've got laws like the Care Act 2014 that set the standards. So what does that all mean? It means having a proper process for complaints isn't just a nice to have, it's a non-negotiable part of our job. Okay, so we've covered the why. We get it. Complaints are important. So now let's get practical and talk about the how. What do you actually do when someone makes a complaint? Well, this next tool is all about process. Having a clear, solid process means every single complaint gets handled fairly and consistently every single time.
I love this image because it sums it up perfectly. A good process is like a roadmap. It helps us get from that initial problem, which can feel a bit messy and chaotic, all the way to a positive solution. It makes the journey manageable.
So here's that roadmap, a simple 5-step process. First up, listen and acknowledge. And I mean really listen. Give them your undivided attention. Show them you're taking this seriously. Step 2, record it. Get it down on paper, accurately and factually, just like your organization's policy says. Step 3, investigate. This is where you put on your detective hat and gather all the facts to figure out what really went on. Then, step 4, respond. You give them a clear, professional answer. And finally, and this one is so important, step 5, follow up. You check back in, make sure things were done, and this is key, you learn from it as a team.
Right, so we've got our 5-step process. That's our framework. But a framework is nothing without the right tools to build it. And the most important tool of all? It's communication. Honestly, how we talk, how we listen, how we act, it can make the difference between solving a problem and, well, making it a whole lot bigger.
So let's break that down. What are the key skills we need in our communication toolkit? First, there's active listening. That's not just hearing words. It's about understanding the meaning behind them, not just waiting for your turn to speak. Then there's empathy, putting yourself in their shoes, trying to feel what they're feeling. Next, clarity and honesty, just being straight, truthful, and easy to understand. And finally, don't forget nonverbal communication, because sometimes your body language, your posture, your tone, they shout louder than any words you could say.
This is so powerful.
Just look at the difference a few words can make. On one side, you have these phrases that open doors. I understand why you feel that way. That simple phrase says, I see you. Let me look into this for you. That says, I'm on your side. These are bridge-building words. And then, look at the other side. These are the words that build walls. That's not my problem. Calm down. Has that ever worked for anyone? These phrases just shut the conversation down completely. It's amazing, isn't it? The words we choose are just everything.
Okay, so we have our process, we have our communication tools. Now we're going to talk about mastering the craft. This is about taking your skills to the next level for those really high-pressure, tense moments. And, just as important, it's about how to look after yourself through all of this, because it can be emotionally draining.
All right, when things start getting heated, your #1 job is to bring the temperature down in the room. And you can do that with just your words. First, make a conscious effort to speak calmly and slowly. Your own calm is contagious. Use reassuring words like, I'm here to help you sort this out. Another great tip is to offer small choices if you can. It helps the person feel like they have some control back. And sometimes, the best thing you can say is nothing at all. Just give them a bit of space.
And it's not just what you say, it's what you do. Your body is communicating the whole time. So try to have an open posture. No crossed arms. Keep your hands where they can be seen. It's a simple, non-threatening gesture. Make eye contact, but keep it natural, not staring. It just shows you're paying attention. And again, that idea of respecting personal space is huge. All these little things create a feeling of safety and really help calm things down.
Now, of all the techniques we've talked about today, this next one, this might just be the most important one of all, especially for you. When we're in a stressful situation, our first instinct is just to react, right? But the most professional thing you can ever do is pause. Just pause. Take a single breath. Think. That tiny little space between feeling an emotion and reacting to it, that's where your power is. That's where you get to choose how you respond. It's a game changer.
So, we've covered a lot, haven't we? We've looked at the foundations, the step-by-step process, and some of those more advanced skills. As we wrap things up, let's just take a moment to think about what this all means for you and your growth as a professional.
Because at the end of the day, this isn't really just about dealing with complaints, is it? It's about being a truly fantastic care worker or care support worker. Every time you use these tools, you're not just solving a problem, you're improving the quality of care. You're building deep, real trust. And you're showing the world just how skilled and professional you are in what can be a really challenging, but also an incredibly rewarding job.
I just want to say a huge thank you for your time and for your focus today. Your commitment to always learning and improving is what makes sure people get the very best care possible. We really hope you found these tools helpful. And hey, we'd love to know what you think, so please do leave any feedback or comments you have on this training. And one last time, thank you for everything you do, every single day.